Just answering questions with WAPTech. I did a video today explaining to people that the expression "where we go one, we go all," besides being very convoluted, is really has an origin story leading back to a ship that was built in 1911 primarily. It's actually older than that, but it's not much older, and it really has nothing to do with anything involving Donald Trump, QAnon, or anything else. And like a lot of, if not all of the things that are brought up in the mystery and mystique and mythology around Donald Trump and a 4 year period of time, it doesn't have any basis in reality. It's something that someone made up from whole cloth or borrowed from, in this case, a movie, because that was the primary source people were using. And it'll be biblical, the storm, blah, blah, blah. None of this shit happened. Oh, Hillary Clinton and all the other elitists will be arrested. No, they won't, because they weren't. Donald Trump had the single most powerful position in the government. Well, he was stymied. He was stymied by people who weren't elected officials, who you claim are the elites that he's going to defeat any day now. Okay. I also mentioned in the video that the majority of the people who are exploited are people who are separated by a simple method. Tell a group of people in a very large audience, you have to have a large one like the internet, a blatant lie. It doesn't matter if 90% or 99% of those people ignore you. You want them to, because the 1% that want to be told the lies will keep feeding off of you. The way QAnon started was 2 or 3 people. It was actually probably mainly 2 people, but one person in the beginning who's not very famous, who were running eventually a web board like 4chan or 8chan, just kept repeating stuff in a mysterious sounding way, a lot like the quatrains put out by Nostradamus, which are subject to interpretation by people. And then they use this as a way to cold read people to get them to tell them, what do you want me to tell you as a story so I can keep telling you what you want to hear? This isn't any different than anybody else. Salespeople do this. Fortune tellers, everybody does this sort of thing. Even YouTubers do this to a certain extent. They gauge what they're going to do next based on it. I'm doing this video in response to someone's commentary, almost exclusively. All right? So this cold reading stuff was done by them to be able to manipulate people into believing or giving them an excuse for doing what they really wanted to do subconsciously. Or it was a chat bot set up on the website because they wanted to see how far they could push things and make the world go to hell. And it turned into, no matter how mysterious and utterly incomprehensible the commentary was by the Q drops, people would read into it what they wanted to hear. Now, I want you to understand that this has been going on for a very long time, and a group of people have been doing this, and I'm going to call them the anti-elites, because they're just elites. They're just lying about it. These are the people who want to have power over everyone by getting a horde of individuals that will never question orders to do their bidding. And this has happened repeatedly throughout history. And you are sheep if you follow them. Now, me pointing that out and then apparently posting under someone's YouTube video they'd uploaded recently, where they included where we go one, we go all, and other things like that, including mentioning JFK and a boat and a bell with this expression on it, which it never was. That got under somebody's skin. Okay, great research and details. I'm not an atheist. It bugs the shit out of me when people damn the Bible. Knowing you do not believe there is a God explains everything. I want you to understand the death trap that is. It's not a mind trap. Someone won't be part of your religion, so immediately you use that as an excuse to ignore whatever they said. The person acknowledged that they did good research and details on something that they were promoting on their channel by making artwork and apparently promoting their ability to make it, maybe selling it. I don't know. I doubt that. But the point is, that YouTube channel is exploiting this. I didn't know that this person had commented from me commenting on their channel, but okay. Now I know. But saying, because I don't join your religion, meaning every religion on the planet is your enemy, apparently. That's all you need to know. So you judge people by which religion they're in. Okay. I'm an atheist. That means I don't believe in theism or any particular type. want you to understand this. Every single religion on this planet, even modern ones that were come up with after we figured out a lot more about the universe, on purpose, again, say things that are simply factually not true as a way to test you, to make sure that you're easily manipulated and will follow their orders by saying something to you that's never been true. Older religions simply say that because they were ignorant at the time. The Bible is filled with enough inaccuracies that it would have to be the work of ignorant people who didn't understand that North and South America existed. And people will then excuse that and be apologetics. And religious people from other groups will also be apologetics and empathize with them because they're in the same boat. A bunch of belief systems, a bunch of assertion beliefs that have no basis in reality. And reality contradicts your belief system constantly. So you have a couple of choices. A reasonable person would say, my belief system doesn't match reality and it doesn't help me with anything. I'm going to abandon it. Or I'm going to change it, which means the aristocracy, the elites in your religion, your politics, your culture would be disempowered. They won't let you do that. Or you stop joining that belief system and try to find another one. Well, they're all about the same. Or you become an atheist, which means you have no culture to hang on to. So knowing I'm an atheist means you have everything explained. Yes, I won't believe your belief system unless it has some merit. I didn't say there isn't a God. I'm just aware of the fact that I cannot find proof of it. And I have made a positive assertion that, as depicted in every single religion, there isn't any God like that. Then again, I understand from science and the physical world and our understanding of it and experiments we've been able to do that we can understand the universe back far enough to a couple of seconds after the universe formed. And we also know at that moment that time didn't work the way we think it does, so we don't know whether that was a couple of milliseconds after it or millions of years. We do not know, because time was not finished being built or falling together. Reality was in pure chaos. Next. If I can, I'll put your link to the video in the comments on my channel so everyone can understand your personal perspective. This person's trying to make it sound like they're making a threat by having people watch my video explaining to them that they're being lied to by anybody who might exploit the QAnon phenomena for personal gain, or just tell you not to believe things, or tell you you're excluded from the group because you don't agree with us, which is immediately what happens. They give you the silent treatment if you don't repeat the things you know aren't true. If you're going to do so much research and are into debunking, please look into the following things. Because these groups obviously don't believe in a God, the Father. I see. So let me get this straight. The Catholic Church having a pedophilia problem, they don't believe in a God or a Father. And yes, I've seen Christian fundamentalists scream that about every other religion. They don't believe in the real God, because anybody in part of your group could never do these horrible things that you mentioned that I'm supposed to research, that I have, and found to be bullshit. See how it works? Your religion is completely pure. No true Scotsman. You need to look up the no true Scotsman fallacy and all the other fallacies, but I'll bring up what you say here, and I'll do it in a more non-caps locked way. Obviously, those groups don't believe in a God or the Father or the Holy Ghost or whatever. Most of them do. Atheists don't necessarily have any better track record than anybody else. I mean, I'm considering us atheists abnormal. But there's an entire religion that's dedicated to doing the crap you're bringing up here. But let's go on. While you're at it, look into the other subject. It'd be fascinating read from your personal perspective, truly. This is old caps lock screaming that you're an atheist. What do you think about it? You mean a person who researches things and I'm not trying to protect my religion because I don't fucking have one? Epstein did do the stuff he did. And Epstein actually did kill himself. They just let him do it because they just didn't want to deal with him. Honestly, would you want to deal with that thing? Walking the earth? But no, they didn't strangle him. They didn't have to kill him. He killed himself. I'm so glad you made this video. It explains everything about you. Again, truly hoping you will dive into the above subjects. Your analysis would, I believe, be gratefully helpful and informative to those unknowing of all of this. And thank you again for the deep dive into this important thing. It's oozing with sarcasm here. What about the others? Looking forward to your analysis. Oh my God. And it's about adrenochrome and satanic ritual abuse. And of course, it has to be liberals because you conservatives are never guilty of this, even though the actual majority of people who are caught in this, well, we'll focus on Epstein, but you won't focus on, what is it now, 4 or 5 representatives in the Republican Party doing this crap? Come on. There's an entire religion that's notorious for having this happen because they keep telling their priest you can't marry. Or, well, no, that's not really what's causing it. But let's talk about adrenochrome. Adrenochrome does not do anything you've been told it does. Repeating that lie over and over again is something you're doing because part of your group will get mad at you for not repeating it. If you just say adrenochrome is bullshit, and mostly, not all of it, mostly, it was brought up as a bullshit story in some 60s style drug memes. And as for the satanic ritual abuse thing, that's something preying upon Christian fundamentalists specifically. The idea that we're protecting for the children. The person I'm making fun of who said that, for the children, was a person who was caught and jailed for being basically a huckster that bilked the public. I've sinned against you. Yes, and your fake crying on camera will work with your group that never questions you. Again, they tell you lies to your face and then dare you to point it out so they can exclude you and give you the silent treatment. The worst thing you can do to a person who needs to be part of a group is the silent treatment, and that's what you get. The person posting this, I deliberately put your name of your channel not on the screen. You know damn good and well that if you tell your friends that you've been telling all this bullshit about adrenochrome and satanic ritual abuse and QAnon, you're exploiting QAnon. You have artwork up that you do for that, and then you claim you're doing this for religious reasons. You're part of a group of people that will ostracize the shit out of you if you point out none of this is real. Adrenochrome does not do what you've been told it does. No, it's not harvested from baby brain eating Hillary Clinton monsters. None of that has ever been true in history. If you're not aware of it, and let me explain this to you. Adrenochrome is a compound you can make in a test tube. Also, the parts of the brain that produce adrenochrome are also found in human beings and other animals and can be extracted without hurting anyone. If I wanted to make an adrenochrome factory, I would have someone do a surgery on my head and extract the cells and grow them in a petri dish and make the stuff. You can also draw it from not inside the head, but other parts of the anatomy. Other parts of your anatomy will also produce adrenochrome. You can make this in a container, but it don't. And then, of course, you're going to come up with a screaming, squealing excuse. But it can only be harvested from screaming children. And then some of you will repost stories about torturing kids. I won't do that. Why do you people who claim to be religious and fearing of God keep passing around stories about torturing children to death to get adrenochrome out of them? That's literally child abuse. You're the ones perpetuating the stories, making people look into this. What about satanic ritual abuse? Telling people they can gain special powers and go to the next level as long as they join Satan if they just ritually abuse people. Again, which people? Children. Well, we're trying to protect the children, but you keep talking about something that has, in every case the accusation has existed, all of them, has been a lie. Done by people like you. I don't make those assertions. I don't lie about people like that. Again, you're part of a group of people that excludes rational people by telling them lies and daring them to say it's a lie so they can just ostracize them. Yes, I'm saying this to the person who posted these comments. And your channel's perpetuating the same crap, and if you repost this kind of crap, you're perpetuating it. It's a house of cards. Donald Trump lost the election. No, Trump didn't win. Get over it. And a lot of the other crap that you see that are done as a defiant statement to other people, they're all lies. Why repeat them? I'm not doing that. Thanks for watching. Have a good day. Good luck with that. And yeah, I guess you do know everything about me, right?